Welcome to Learn English with Mirage.
My name is Ethan Carter. I'm 35 years old. And today I want to talk about something far more valuable than anything you've ever held in your hands. I'm not here to teach you tricks or shortcuts. I'm here to tell you the truth. And the truth isn't always easy to hear, but it will set you free. I was not born into wealth, power, or privilege I didn't have. The answer's handed to me on a silver platter. No, I grew up in a small town, in a family that had just enough to get by. My parents taught me one simple lesson that I carry with me to this day. Life doesn't owe you anything. You have to go out there and earn it. I wasn't the smartest kid in school, nor was I the most talented, but what I lacked in natural gifts, I made up for in determination. I failed, and I failed often. But every time I hit the ground, I got back up. And here's the first truth I learned about life. Your failures don't define you. What defines you is what you do after you fail. Let me ask you this. Have you ever sat on your bed staring at the ceiling, wishing life were different? Wishing you had more money, a better job, or a better body? I've been there, we all have. But let me tell you something important. Wishing doesn't change anything. Action does. Happiness isn't something you find at the end of a rainbow. It's not in a bigger house, a faster car, or a more luxurious lifestyle. Happiness is right here, right now. It's in the small moments. The warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of laughter, the satisfaction of creating something meaningful. If you keep chasing happiness and material things, you'll never catch it, because true happiness comes from within. And then there's money. Oh, money. People act like it's the key to everything. Is it important? Of course it is. You need money to live, to eat, to have a roof over your head. But let me tell you, this money is a tool, not a god. It's a means to an end, not the end itself. If you think money will solve all your problems, you're wrong. It will only amplify who you already are. If you're unhappy, insecure, or lost, no amount of money will fix that. But if you're strong, focused, and driven, money can help you achieve incredible things. Here's another truth. Your laziness is your enemy. It whispers lies into your ears. It tells you you can do it tomorrow. It tells you you deserve to rest. But laziness is a thief. It steals your dreams while you're sleeping. Every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. Think about that. Every day is a chance to grow, to learn, to move closer to your goals. Don't let laziness rob you of your future. I've learned this the hard way. There were times when I let opportunities slip through my fingers because I was too afraid, too lazy, or too distracted. And every time I regretted it. So I made a vow to myself, no matter what, I will not let fear or laziness control my life. And here's something you need to know. If a door closes, a window opens. Sometimes life doesn't go the way you planned. Sometimes the job you wanted, the relationship you cherished, or the dream you had falls apart. And it hurts like hell. But every time a door closed in my life, another opportunity came along. The key is to keep your eyes open. Don't dwell on what you've lost. Focus on what you can gain. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is this. Don't take yourself too seriously. Life is unpredictable, it's messy. And that's okay. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to be perfect. Laugh at your mistakes, embrace your flaws. And don't waste your time trying to impress others. Because here's the truth. You don't need anyone's approval to live your life. Whether you're from the US, the UK, Japan, South Korea, or anywhere else, you are the leader of your future. You don't need to follow the crowd. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone. Do whatever sets your soul on fire. You're worth it. And let me say this before I go further. Never stop learning. The day you stop learning is the day you stop growing. Teach yourself new skills, read books, ask questions, and stay curious. Learning is the key to unlocking your potential. And don't wait for someone to teach you. Take the initiative. You are your own best teacher. Now I want you to pause and think about your life. What are you doing right now? Are you chasing your dreams or are you standing still? A lesson I learned after years of struggle. But you need to answer them honestly, because the truth of life is this. You only get one shot, make it count. I wasn't always like this. Confident, calm, focused. I would wake up, look in the mirror, and there was a time when I felt lost. What's the point? Why was I working so hard? Life is not a race, it's a journey. And then something happened. A moment so small, so unexpected. What aligns with your values? All my life I had been waiting for happiness to show up. One day I was walking through a park. Here's a lesson for you. I saw an old man sitting on a bench feeding birds. The day you stop seeking approval. I don't know why, but I sat next to him, and then he said something that shook me. Complicated answer, but he smiled and said, "Son, do you know the secret to happiness?" I shook my head, expecting some long. Here's the last thing I'll say for now. Happiness is not something you find, it's something you create. That hit me like a lightning bolt. But here was this man, feeling completely drained. I thought I needed a bigger house, a better job, more recognition. You are capable of more than you can imagine. Is the day you find freedom and the company of birds. From that day on, I started simplifying my life. The power of simplicity. I focused on what truly brought me joy. I stopped chasing things that didn't matter. Small things like reading a good book, money, time. It's about how much you enjoy what you have. Or taking a walk in nature. He had the kind of face that told 1,000 stories. Life isn't about how much you have, if you can find joy in little things. He was there laughing and dreaming about the future. Failure is a friend. Let me tell you about the first business I started. Whatever you plant, that's what will grow. I thought I was a failure. The next moment he was gone. Effort, and you know what? It failed miserably. I was devastated that I wasn't good enough. But here's the truth. Every failure teaches you something. Failure isn't the end, it's a beginning. It shows you what doesn't work, so you can find what does. My failed business taught me. It taught me to stand back up and more than any success ever could. It taught me resilience, so don't be afraid to fail. It's about trying. It's your teacher. And learn from it, because failure isn't your enemy. People will judge you anyway. One of the biggest lessons I learned is this. No matter what you do, people will judge you. If you plant negativity, doubt, and fear, if you succeed, they'll say you're lucky. You hold the pen. So take risks, make mistakes. Stop living for others. Stop trying to impress people who don't care for yourself. About you. Do what makes you happy. I want to share something personal, yet so powerful that it changed my entire outlook. What brings you peace? Wrinkled but full of life, telling me that happiness was in my hands. Life is short. When I was 30, I lost someone very close to me. A friend who was like a brother. Surround yourself with things. That loss taught me one of the hardest lessons of all. You'll never run out of reasons to be happy. Dream big, and most importantly, life is short and tomorrow is never guaranteed. If there's something you want to do, do it now. If there's someone you love, tell them now. Don't wait for the right time. And on this journey, there are no guarantees. Keep your curiosity alive. I'll tell you something funny. At the age of 40, I decided to learn how to paint, not because I wanted to be an artist. A guy who could barely draw a stick figure, whether it's a skill, a language. But because I wanted to remind myself the joy of learning, never stop learning. A hobby, keep growing. Don't waste it, you may forget my name. The world is full of wonders waiting to be discovered. Your mind is a garden. Be curious, ask questions. Try new things. Here's a metaphor I love. Your mind is like a garden. Will be a jungle of weeds. And the greatest joys are still ahead of you. If you fail, they'll say you're foolish. But if you plant positivity, your mind will blossom like a beautiful gratitude. Guard your mind against negativity. Take care of your thoughts. Your mind is your greatest asset. Treat it well. He was only 29 one moment. People that uplift you, and it's the most important. The best is yet to come. It's simpler than you think. No matter where you are in life, remember this: the best is yet to come. No matter how hard things seem, your story isn't over. You have chapters to write. Don't let anyone else decide who you should be. Because the best moments, the biggest victories. Life is a journey and every day is a new page. So don't give up, keep going. Before I go, I want to leave you with one final thought, or the perfect version of yourself that has carried me through the darkest nights. One truth: no maps, no shortcuts, and the brightest days. What was I chasing? Was this all life had to offer? Because the right time might never come. There will be moments when you feel lost. None of us do, but as long as you keep learning, those moments are where the magic happens. The true meaning of happiness. That's where you grow, that's where you find yourself. Happiness isn't about being perfect or always winning. It's about showing up every single day. Fail fast, fail often, and giving it your best shot. It's about laughing when you can, crying when you need to, and always, my age, but I hope you never forget this, always moving forward. You don't have to have it all figured out, tired, or even hopeless, but let me tell you something. People will try to tell you how to live. You're on the right path, trust me on this. The power is in your hands. Expectations and labels, but here's the truth. Society will give you rules. You are the creator of your life. And every day you get to write your own story. If you do something different, or what you should do, be bold. Dreams to chase, mountains to climb. Be fearless, be you. You don't need anyone's permission to be happy, successful, or fulfilled. You are already enough just as you are. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. And the moment you realize this, before I leave, let me share one last lesson. You become unstoppable. Life doesn't wait. These are tough questions. The perfect opportunity. If you sit around waiting for the perfect moment, you'll miss the beauty of now. I poured everything into it. Love deeply, laugh loudly. They'll call you crazy, so here's my advice. Because this moment right here is all we truly have. Having a meaningful conversation. Live fully. You are powerful beyond measure. When you stop learning, you stop living. Keep growing and keep believing in yourself. And no matter where life takes you, content with nothing but a bag of breadcrumbs, always remember you are enough, and you are worthy of every dream you dare to dream. And if ever you feel like you can't go on, remember this: the sun always rises, no matter how dark the night. So keep going, the best is yet to come.